What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Knicks Latest. We are your go-to stop for New York Knicks headlines, rumors, all that good stuff. Now, it is August. It is the offseason, so things are slow. And because they are the New York Knicks, we're having these huge trades just being thrown at us, these hypotheticals being thrown at us because it is slow and because there's really not much to talk about. But listen, before we get started, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up. Drop a comment below about the content that you see today. I want to know what free agent you think the Knicks should sign to their last roster spot. I want to know if there are any trades out there that you find interesting so that we can go over. And let's get right into it. Sports Illustrated will just not leave the Knicks alone. Recently, in an article posted by Sports Illustrated, a hypothetical trade says the Knicks will receive LeBron James and Bronny James, of course, and the Lakers will receive Josh Hart, OG Anunoby, and a first-round pick. Guys, I don't know about you, but I am really sick of having this idea of taking our core players and shipping them off for a superstar, especially one in LeBron James, who you can argue is the greatest player of all time, but is 42 years old, 41 years old, whatever it is. If you trade for LeBron James, you're essentially banking on having 1 year and 1 year only to win an NBA championship. You are banking on, you're selling your soul just for 1 year. Because I don't know how much longer LeBron James is going to play. There's rumors out there that Savannah wants him to retire. His body's getting older. He's still a top player in the league. Don't get me wrong. He's top 10, top 15 player in the league, undoubtedly. LeBron James on your team will make you a better team, maybe, at this point, right? Because now you have to work him in with Karl-Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson and figure out who's going to be off ball and who's going to run pick and roll situations with a new head coach. You give away OG Anunoby and Josh Hart, that takes away a lot that you have defensively, a lot of the intangibles that they bring as well, because they're not just defenders. Or OG's just not a player who can spot up and hit a three. Josh is somebody who grabs offensive boards, who does other things on the court. Not saying LeBron doesn't, but you're going to be giving away a lot. And then on top of that, a first-round pick for a 40-plus-year-old, which means that you're also sacrificing part of your future to get this deal done. It's just not worth it. I know we're going to keep on getting these hypothetical trades from Sports Illustrateds and Bleacher Reports, and because I run a Knicks channel almost daily, I'm going to report them to you because that's what the conversation is going on around our New York Knicks. But I don't like this at all. I don't like this trade at all. Matter of fact, I don't like the idea of superstar chasing. I just don't like it. I don't think it's necessary. I will say this about Giannis as well. I don't think the Knicks need to blow up their core in order to win an NBA championship right now. This is a team that was 2 games away from making it to the NBA Finals. A Game 1 Tyrese Halliburton miracle, Aaron Nesmith performance away from making it to the NBA Finals. And you want to blow up the core? I understand Giannis and LeBron, these are very tempting pieces to have on your team, but at what cost? We don't know what that's going to do to the foundation of the team. As much as talent wins in this league, we've seen teams chase talent time after time after time and fail. We see it all the time, and nobody wants to talk about that. So no, I don't think the Knicks should be blowing up their core for anybody. I don't think the Knicks should be superstar chasing. I'm sorry. I like OG Anunoby. I like Mikal Bridges. I like Karl-Anthony Towns. I like Jalen Brunson. I like Josh Hart. I like this team, and we blew up our roster last year. Don't want to do it again. Don't want to go through that again. We know what we have. We know what we need to work on. We know our holes. Let's win on the margins, all right? If there's a trade out there that makes sense, yes, let's do it, but let's do it on the margins. Let's not blow up our whole core. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of trade talk during the trade deadline, around the trade deadline about the Knicks trying to get a missing piece that they might feel they might need at that particular time. I'm all for that. I'm not saying I'm not for that, but let's not blow up the freaking core for an aging LeBron James or for a Giannis Antetokounmpo who seems to be disgruntled in Milwaukee. We give away all our pieces, and now all of a sudden we're just Milwaukee. It doesn't make sense to me. I'm not for it. I'm not for it at all. But let me know what you think. Do you think the Knicks should sacrifice half of their roster for Giannis? Do you think the Knicks should sacrifice an OG Anunoby, a Josh Hart, and a first-round pick, like the Sports Illustrated article says, for a LeBron James, 40-plus years old, and go for it right now, today, 1 year, maybe 2 years, all in? I don't, personally. I think this window is a good 3 to 4 year window, depending on how Leon Rose works this, depending on how healthy Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns stay. I think the Knicks have a legitimate opportunity to win an NBA championship within the next 3 or 4 years. 2 to 4 years. You get LeBron, you're shrinking it. That's just me. And I don't think it's time to move up the core yet. I think you give them another chance. Let's see what Mike Brown could do with them. Let's see how it turns out. Again, this was a team that was 2 games away from winning the Eastern Conference last year. Let's not forget that. We're not far away. In other news, exciting news, the Knicks City Edition jerseys were announced, and it's a throwback to the late 90s squad. It's going to be the white, they'll be the white alternate, so it's basically the white jersey with the blue on the side. Very similar to the City Edition jerseys that they had last year and the year before, which I personally think should be their main jerseys going forward. But I love this throwback. This is a jersey that most Knicks fans growing up in the 90s, early 2000s have, fond memories of. This is when the Knicks made the NBA Finals back in 1999. This is a brand that Knicks fans felt shouldn't have been left behind necessarily. I don't have a problem with the current jerseys. They're okay. Like I said, I think the new City Edition jerseys of last year and the year before that with the pinstripes should be the new jerseys. I think those are dope. But this is a nice callback. It's going to be cool to see this on the court. I'm not a big fan on constantly having all these jerseys, like the navy blue ones with the orange. Like, that's a weird jersey to me, and I don't know why they keep wearing it. Just kind of awkward. I think they should let go of that one. Not a fan of, 15 jerseys for a team. I'm very traditionalist when it comes to my NBA jerseys. I'm not a traditionalist person in life, but when it comes to my jerseys, just get the white, the blue, maybe one alternate. Why do we got to keep going with these, crazy jerseys? But I'm happy with this one because it's nostalgic for me. This is a team that I grew up watching, the late 90s Knicks with Houston and Sprewell, players who are some of my favorite Knicks of all time, and to have an ode to that team, that last team that went to the NBA Finals in a year where we are expecting the New York Knicks to go to the NBA Finals, I think it's exciting. So I'm all for it. Listen, subscribe to the video. The more comments I get with trade ideas, free agent ideas, the more episodes I can do with your comments. I've done it in the past. If you look in past episodes, just had full episodes where I take your comments and I comment on your comments, answer questions, maybe debate, whatever it is. Definitely want to get that going. So let me know who you think the Knicks should grab with their final roster spot in free agency. Do you think the Knicks should trade for LeBron James? Do you think the Knicks should trade for Giannis Antetokounmpo? Are you cool with this Mike Brown signing? That's one that we haven't talked about in a really long time. Let me know in the comment section below. Make sure you subscribe. We're trying to get a nice community here of Knicks fans headed into the season. Preseason is going to start in a few weeks. Training camp is a few weeks away. So it's time to get excited, Knicks fans. This is our year. This is our year. I'll see you tomorrow for another episode of Knicks Latest. Peace.